सब्सक्राइब कीजिए हमारे चैनल डिफेसिस को और दबाइए बेल बटन को ताकि आपको मिल सके हमारी वीडियोस की अपडेट सबसे पहले।
Union Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad on Monday said that Very Small Aperture Terminal, VSAT, has been installed at 200 locations for digital satellite phone terminals in Jammu and Kashmir. Addressing a press conference, the minister said that the government will be providing satellite phones to army personnel in Jammu and Kashmir so that they can talk to their families. We have planned 1,409 locations. In Jammu and Kashmir, VSAT has been installed at 200 locations for digital satellite phone terminals, of which 183 are operational now. We will be providing satellite phones to our army personnel so that they can talk to their families from their post of duty, he said. The Union Minister of Communications, Electronics and Information Technology said that the Department of Telecommunications is determined to strengthen strategic security and strategic communication and also our commitment to cover the uncovered villages. The government will provide mobile connectivity to 364 uncovered villages on the border in Jammu and Kashmir, Ladakh, Rajasthan, Uttarakhand, Rajasthan and Bihar on priority. The tender has been given and the work has begun, he said. In a major step towards boosting connectivity between the Andaman and Nicobar Islands and the mainland, Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Monday inaugurated the 2,312-kilometer optical fiber cable that connects Chennai and Port Blair. From Chennai to Port Blair to Little Andaman and Port Blair to Swaraj Dweep, this service has started in large part of Andaman Nicobar from today, the PM said. PM Modi had laid the foundation for the project, which will bring high-speed broadband to the islands, on the 30th of December 2018. While the Bharat Sanchar Nigam Limited executed the project, telecommunications consultant Scindia Limited was the technical consultant. The optical fiber cable was laid at a cost of around 1,224 crore. The PM said that besides boosting connectivity, the laying of the undersea cable will also help tourism, which is a key source of income for the inhabitants of the beautiful islands. However, the project is also a reminder of the strategic importance of the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, and their emergence as a critical archipelago in the Indian Ocean region as India grapples with the consequences of an increasingly aggressive China. In the negative list of items for import issued by the Ministry of Defence, MOD, on 9th of August 2020 had LCA Mark 1A in Snow 44, since LC.A. Mark 1A was an indigenously manufactured item in a negative list for imports created a lot of confusion among many local sector companies, and now MOD has issued a clarification that the highlighted indigenously systems like LCA Mark 1A, Pinaka rocket system and Akash missile system were in the list so that similar systems which are also available in the international market are not imported in the country. Even with issued clarification, many questions remain unanswered, but it means is that any light fighter jet now cannot be imported under MMRCA 2.0 tender, thus eliminating sub J.A.S.39C/D Gripen, which can be classified as light fighter jet with its max takeoff weight of 14 tons, which is similar to that of LCA Mark 1A. But confusion starts when sub JAS-39E/F Gripen with its max takeoff weight of 16.5 tons comes into the picture. Sub JAS-39E/F Gripen again is the only jet which is lightest among its competitor, which is likely to be again offered under MMRCA 2.0 tender, but India itself is designing and working on Tejas Mark II, which is similar to sub JAS-39E/F Gripen with max takeoff weight of 17.5 tons. Since the negative list of items for import issued by the Ministry of Defence, MOD, is progressive, more and more items will be added each year, and maybe from 2023 onwards Tejas Mark 2 of May also be added into the list, thus automatically eliminating sub JAS-39E/F Gripen in future. Since India is also developing two more fighter jets that have max takeoff weight under 25 tons like TEDBF and AMCA and are supposed to fly in the next 5-6 years, will they be added in the negative list of items for import in future is what needs to be seen. China has doubled its fighter jets on India's disputed northern border, according to American analysts. As of July 28, China has 36 aircraft and helicopters at the Hotan Air Base in China's Xinjiang region, near the disputed northeastern Indian territory of Ladakh, according to an estimate by the U.S. Air Force's China Aerospace Studies Institute, CASI. This includes 24 Russian-designed J-11 or J-16 flanker fighters. In addition, there are now 6 older J-8 fighters, 2 Y-8G transports, 2 KJ-500 airborne early warning aircraft, 2 Mi-17 helicopters, plus a number of CH-4 strike, reconnaissance drones. The People's Liberation Army Air Force, PLAAF, had just 12 flankers and no support aircraft at Houghton before the June border clashes between Chinese and Indian troops that left scores of soldiers dead on both sides. CASI's estimate is based on open-source imagery from the European Space Agency's Sentinel-2 Earth observation satellite. The imagery suggests that there is at least some flight activity, so these aircraft are not just parked for show, CASI Research Director Rod Lee tells me. However, Chinese air power in Ladakh seems to be defensively focused on gaining air superiority to protect Chinese ground troops from Indian aircraft, as well as performing reconnaissance missions and blocking Indian recon flights. While Chinese fighters could strike Indian airfields to suppress Indian air power, the composition of the PLAAF contingent doesn't appear oriented toward conducting airstrikes on Indian troops, supply lines and infrastructure. The focus does appear to be oriented towards counter-air missions, although this could be a function of the relatively small scale of the clashes, Lee says. Presently, the PLAAF's role is likely to provide ISR, intelligence, surveillance and reconnaissance, support and help deter India from escalating by its presence alone. If things were to escalate into the shooting war, the present force is well suited to create the conditions necessary for the PLA Army's mountain offensive campaign by specifically establishing information and air superiority. China's fighters would face a reinforced Indian force in Ladakh, which now includes 5 newly arrived French-made Rafale fighters as well as less advanced MiG-29K fighters. India experts assert that the Rafale is superior to all Chinese fighters, while Chinese media claims that the Rafale is no match for China's J-20 stealth fighter. A leading diaspora group in the US will hoist India's national flag at the Times Square this week, the first time the Indian tricolor will be unfurled at the iconic New York City destination. The Federation of Indian Associations, FIA, of the tri-state area of New York, New Jersey and Connecticut said in a statement that it will be creating history on August 15, 2020 by hosting the first ever flag hoisting ceremony at Times Square to commemorate India's Independence Day. It will be the first time ever that India's tricolor will be unfurled at the iconic venue in all its glory, the organization said, adding that Consulate General of India in New York Randa Jaiswal will be the guest of honor at the event. The FIA said this year's Independence Day celebrations will include the flag hoisting ceremony at Times Square and the annual tradition of illuminating the Empire State Building in hues of the tricolor, orange, white and green. The Empire State lighting ceremony will be held on August 14. The Times Square flag hoisting ceremony is a testament to the Indian-American community's growing patriotism and is a fitting tribute to the FIA, which is celebrating its Golden Jubilee year, the organization said. Established in 1970, the FIA is among the largest umbrella diaspora organizations. In a boost to Make in India in the defense sector, 6 more Swathi weapon locating radars developed by Defense Research and Development Organization, DRDO, are likely to be procured for Indian Army. The case for acquisition of 6 Swathi weapon locating radars worth over 400 crore is scheduled to be taken up in a Defense Ministry meeting likely to be held tomorrow, defense sources said. The weapon locating radars developed by the DRDO and built by Bharat Electronics Limited had achieved major success as they were supplied to a foreign country also. The Swathi weapon locating radars will provide fast, automatic and accurate location of enemy weapons like mortars, shells and rockets in 50-kilometer range. The radar can simultaneously detect multiple projectiles fired from different weapons at different locations. The Indian Army has been using the radars for its operations along the line of control in Jammu and Kashmir. The system was given for trial to Army in 2018. Indian Army has been giving a major push to the indigenization and has given orders for many equipment like self-propelled artillery guns to Indian vendors.